There we go. And we are live. What's up, guys? Hello, hello. What's up, Kyle? French Tofat? What's going on? Hey, Zan. Welcome, guys. Give a minute for people to join. I'm going to be analyzing some games. We're going to start off with the members only. So if you're a member and you have a game you want analyzed, you can go ahead and message me on chess.com. Just message me the link to your game that you want analyzed. Big L, what's up? Future Engineer, hey. Little lesson while we're waiting. Don't ever start the game like this. Never. Just don't do it. It will not end well for you. This is called Fool's Mate. Fool's Mate. It's the shortest possible chess game. All right, well, if nobody wants a game analyzed, that's okay. I will just play some chess until we wait, until somebody has a game. If you have questions, you can ask questions too. I wasn't expecting to have free time tonight, so just kind of decided to hop on. Thanks, Cameron. Appreciate that. Hey, I like the puzzles too, man. I have fun making those videos because when I find those puzzles, I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is exciting. And you know, when I first started doing them, I had this fear that like I was gonna run out of puzzles one day. Like I'm just gonna use them all up and there's not gonna be any more. There's tons of really cool problems out there. It's crazy. I don't think I'll ever run out of content in that department. What's up, Bruno? All right, I'm gonna get a game going for now then. I haven't played on chess.com in a while, but let's see. Let's play a 5-minute, I guess, so I have a little bit of time to digest what's happening. Rating range 1889 to 2689. That's quite the range. What is that? Is that 400? Yeah, I guess it's 400. 400 below and 400 above. How to win with birds opening? Birds opening. That's F4, right? Let's try it. Let's try it. What's up, Mario? Oh, he's playing some kind of a gambit. I guess it's safe to take here. And now I don't know if I want to take it any further because then that bishop's really annoying. Let's just not take it. Let's just play knight f3. This could actually turn into like a king's gambit. Some sort of version of a king's gambit, which I think would be pretty good. Okay, so this is the bird. Yeah, the Fromm's gambit is what he played. He's trying to get me to take it, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. We're going to see if we can just transition to a king's gambit, or these were just traded like this. Yep, there we go. So it's like king's gambit where he played d6, which is not like an awesome move. And now I can just probably try to create some tactics along this diagonal and maybe castling, get the rook involved. Carlo, what's going on? So Brian, one option for you here is just turn it into a king's gambit when they try to play Fromm's gambit on you. That's how you win with the birds. Birds opening. Yeah, bishop c5. So he's stopping me from castling, which is kind of annoying. Like, I almost could play some sort of Evans Gambit idea here. Or just a regular move like d3. Let's say I play b4, he takes, and I play c3, he goes back, and I play d4. I don't actually have enough pieces defending that, because normally in the Evans Gambit, there's a pawn there. So it doesn't quite make sense, I guess. So we'll just play d3. Just let the bishop out. a3, then b4. Yeah, a3 and then b4. The problem with this is it's really slow, right? Like, that's takes 2 moves just to attack the bishop, which would probably just go back. And then he's going to get, like, a free developing move, basically. So I want to make sure that I get all my pieces out. So bishop g5, there's going to be f6, but then there's some real weaknesses you might be able to take advantage of. It seems okay. Or I could play knight g5. Probably going to no, castling's not good because of the queen h5. So maybe we could try this. I don't know how he's going to defend that, actually. Because normally you would want a castle, but queen h5 looks really good. h6, then I take this guy. Yeah, I think black's in trouble here. Harold, 1600, you run a small chess club for middle school. You always use my videos to teach your kids. Nice. Awesome. Okay, so he goes for f6. So I can go there. There's queen d4 with the checkmate threat. Or I could just do this, and then here, and we trade. His king can't castle. I don't actually know. All right, let's try it. I guess we'll try it. We'll see if this works out. I'm still going to have to defend here, but I can probably just go like queen f3. If he plays queen d4, he might not play queen d4. What's up, Bob Chess? Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we got to move this guy. Probably we can just keep it on this diagonal. Feeling a bit behind in development. But at least we have this permanent weakness here. Black's king is not so good. Although I can't castle either, so. Okay, he's going to trade that off. Can't really do too much about that right now. I have to get my pieces out, so let's just keep developing. We'll go knight c3. Is it possible to triple discover check? No, you can't, because you can only, like, even if you had a knight there was like a rook and a bishop behind it, you know, the rook and the bishop are never going to be able to attack the same square when you move the knight. So you can never do triple check, to answer your question. So this bishop is really like the big problem for me. So maybe we just go here and try to trade it. And then we attack the king that's sort of awkward and can't castle. Although he's going to be able to just go here. So I don't know. We might just be going into an endgame. Does development matter very much? Yes, development matters a lot. I actually didn't do a great job of developing this game, which is probably why I didn't really have much. I attacked a little bit too early. And you can see when you attack too early, you only have a couple of pieces to work with. Your attacks generally don't turn out as well as if you use all your pieces. Plays a6. Let's go ahead and continue trying to trade this bishop. Yeah, I didn't really want to trade queens, because that kind of helps out his king. So I think I will. I think I will just keep the queens on the board. Okay, let's shut down the knight. So knight has no options now. We have to castle. We just have to do it. So we're going to castle this way. Now we can use our rooks. And how do we get to the king? That's the question. Maybe we start pushing some pawns over here. We can kick the knight back, or we can go like this. Oh, I should have played h5 first. That was not smart, because now I give him the... Okay, he didn't do it. He didn't do it, but he had knight f4, which would have been a really annoying move. Okay. Let's put a rook here. Let's keep pushing. I want to come down here maybe someday. I can't do it right now. Oh, I have 28 seconds? Gotta go. Gotta go now. That's a bit of a problem. Ooh, man. I think rook f2 would have been a good move for him. Okay. Well, we did it somehow. Somehow we did it. Is it better to win development time and give up the bishop pair sometimes? In the Norwegian Rui Lopez? Norwegian. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with the Norwegian. But generally speaking, so I think you're asking, is it okay to give up development time if you're going to win the bishop pair? Yeah, I mean, that could be a good trade. You have to be careful, like, how much development time you're talking about. If it's like 1 or 2 moves, that's probably okay. But if you're like, you know, all your pieces are on the back just to get that, then no, it's probably not worth it. E4, D4, or C4? I like E4, but E4 is more tactical, kind of leads to more open, aggressive type of positions. And D4 and C4 tend to be more positional, usually. All right, this game will put us over 2,300. If we win, of course. Okay, so D4. We trade here. develop as quickly as we can. Yeah, he's probably going to play e6. Okay, that's a better move, I think, than e6, actually. Do I want to trade? Yeah, let's trade it off. Knights against bishops. Here we go. Here we go. But I have this square now. And I have a lead in development, and I'm castled, my rook's involved. I think this is good. Would I rather play Bon Cloud or the Grob opening as white? Definitely the Grob. Grob's not that terrible. Bon Cloud's pretty bad. So, how do we do this? I don't know if I can get away with playing e5 yet. That's what I want to do, because I want to just bust open the king. It might be a bit too ambitious at this moment in time. Let's come over here. We're threatening 94. It's Laud. Welcome. What's up, Jared? Okay, so he goes for that. So where do I move the queen to now? Here or here? I mean, I'm stepping into a pin, but I don't really care about that because it's well defended. Okay, that's already defended. Let's go here. Wait a minute. Does that not just win some material? It looks like it does. Unless I'm missing something crazy. I mean, it's a fork. It's a fork. You could take here, but I take it with the queen. You can take here, but I think I take. And I don't know what else. If he moves the queen anywhere, I just take this. I don't really know what black's going to do. Okay, so he did do that. I'm going to take the queen. Oh, he can trade. Oh my, hold everything. I missed that. Then it's just a big trade. Okay, but what if I take this first? If he takes my queen, I take his queen, and I'm winning. And if he saves his queen, then I save my queen. He can go here, though. Let's think about this. I didn't see that little in-between move. Okay, if I take it, queen c5, I'm up the exchange, but I'm going to lose the rook or the knight. Man. That is too bad. All right, I guess I have to just do it. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's still an okay position, but I thought I was just winning material. Now I'm behind like a minute. At least he has a hard time developing. That's one thing I have going for me. Yeah, I thought he might do that. Where's he gonna go? Let's do this. I don't want to take that because I undouble the pawns. This way, if he takes, at least he keeps some bad pawns. Yeah. Okay, the rook is involved. Hmm. I have to play faster. Guess this is a draw. Although it's probably better for black. Hmm. I don't have time to think enough here. Yeah. No, it's losing because I don't have the right pawn. And it's with check. The knight and king and queen pawns are losing. If it was a rook or a bishop pawn, maybe we could have got a draw, but his king was pretty close, so it might have been a loss anyway. Totally messed that up when I miscalculated that fork. Okay, hold on. I need to change something real quick. Okay. Can we analyze that line? Yeah, we can analyze that line. Let's go back and look at it real quick. So I know that, let's see, I'm pretty sure taking the knight was the best move. Yes, it is. Yeah, and I felt like this was bad on his choice, which it was. Okay, castling is good. Knight to d5 was okay. That was good. King b1 was the best move. Queen b4. And rook e3. Okay. Anyway, let's just check the fork. So knight to d4, I'm totally winning. Queen to a3. Or king to b1. So basically, I had a really good position here. And I didn't need to panic. And I didn't really panic. I just thought that this was... Yeah, totally missed the little in-between move. Because what I wanted to do was take the queen. And then I thought he was going to take me. And then I take his rook. And I'm like, okay, I'm up, you know, the exchange. But of course, he doesn't have to do that. He can throw in this. And now it's just an even position. I'm still better. I'm still better. So really, I messed it up somewhere around here. This is where I started to get away from me. Rook to d3. And I'm winning. Oh, you know why? Because I can come over here and come in with my rook and start taking everything. That's what I didn't see. That idea. So let's say he continues with his plan. I just come check. He has to go back. I come down. He goes here. I just attack. Oh, I'm winning the bishop. Look at that, I guess. Oh, it's saying f3 first. And then rook e8. Yeah, and I'm winning his bishop. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so it just kind of got away from me here. Yeah, now I'm just in trouble. He actually missed this one, bishop h6. Nice little pin there. How do you handle losing streaks mentally? Usually I have to just stop playing, take a break, do something else, go to the gym. You can't see the eval. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I'll slide it over next time. All right. Let's play another one, I guess, unless somebody has a game. I haven't seen anyone say they want a game analyzed, so I'm just gonna keep playing. And see if we can get over 2300. Is castling queenside risky? Not necessarily. It depends on the position. You know, if you do it at the right time, it's not risky. All right, here we go again. We'll go with the bishop b5. What do I usually play against this? I think I push. And then knight to g4, and then I take this guy. And then I castle. And then I defend my pawn. And if he plays queen c7, I play queen e2. We just defend. Then we chase the knight away. Then we play d3. And bishop, maybe bishop f4. b5. Interesting move. Does that create a weakness? So whenever a pawn moves forward, you want to ask yourself, like, what does it potentially weaken? And I'm thinking maybe this pawn is weak. Because normally if I go here, you can just play b6. But now, how do you defend it? If you go with the queen, I'm going to attack it again. If you push it, I'm going to just take it. So I'm going to... Oh, I could take this. No, he can't. The knight's hanging. All right. Should be 3. No, we don't want to take the knight. We definitely don't want to take the knight. Because then you give black this dark squared bishop, which is going to just probably go back and just sit there the whole game. And you're like never going to be able to challenge the bishop, really. My dark squared bishop is challenging that bishop. So, okay. So this is a free pawn, I believe. So we'll just take it. Okay. So where do I want my knight to go? Here or here? Probably the center. There is that. Nope, still have the knight. Okay, we'll go to e4. What's the time control? Oh, I haven't had the time on this entire time. I am so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm over here playing speed chess, running out of time with like 3 seconds on my clock, and you guys had no idea. Okay. My bad. It's one of those days. Yeah, sorry, folks. Okay. Now that we got that under control, let's see. So now he is threatening to take this because the knight's no longer hanging. But I can just sort of create some other threats, or I could defend it. I think I'll create some other threats because really I'm happy if I get the bishop. If I get the bishop from my knight, yeah, so we'll go bishop c5. This is a good move. Yeah, this is good. This is good for me. See, now I have, I'm going to be able to control those squares with my bishop. So I'll go back here. Probably going to swing it back to c3 and line up on this diagonal at some point. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I feel like knight to d4 is probably what black's going to play, but I just move my queen somewhere. Maybe we move it here. Line up on the queen, something like that should be good. Whoa. Okay, that's a super greedy move. That's a super greedy move. Because I'm going to go here. And I'm pretty sure black's going to get checkmated this game if I don't mess it up. So let's be careful here, but how do we proceed? I want to get rid of that knight. So I almost want to play g4, but maybe I could just... I want to get rid of the knight because I want to play queen e3. Could play queen d2 also. Now let's do it. The knight's the only thing stopping me from what I want to do. So I could just take that. I have like so many good moves here. Oh, but if I take it, he's gonna take this guy. I just saw that. Okay. Let's go here. So that I can take with my rook, and then I can think about this idea. I have to be careful, because this is an annoying threat, actually. F5, I don't even care about that. We're going to play queen d4. We're going for checkmate. Yeah, you can see how bad this is for black. Giving up the bishop and then getting greedy with the pawn and allowing me to do this, like, it's over now. It's over. Mishra, good morning. Luis, yeah, you can send me a game. You can message me on chess.com and I'll go check my messages after this game. Black's probably going to resign. He plays rook f6. Okay, we'll take this. We still have the same threats. Oh, my rook. Oh my. I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. Oh my goodness. I think we're still we might still be winning, but that was a really bad blunder. I didn't even see the queen, guys. I should have just played g5 and it's over. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it still should be winning because this looks really, really good still. But I definitely made it more difficult by giving up the rook. Man, are you serious right now? I might be throwing the game. I might be. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh my. Okay. Well, it counts, but I feel like I lost the game. Okay, let's go look at that one real quick because that was just unacceptable. Okay, so first mistake from black was b5 because this pawn. And yeah, engine says bishop e3. We just attacked the pawn. Okay, we won the pawn. Knight to e4, fine. Bishop c5, great. Yep, okay, everything is good. Take this guy. Huh, that was actually the top engine move. But from a practical standpoint, it looked just not a good choice. You don't want to be giving up this bishop and allowing these weaknesses on your king. So black did that. Yeah, engine said I should have just slowed down a little bit, got the other rook involved, either on the b file or on the d file. So using all your pieces. g4, it didn't really love. Queen to d2. Okay, but here, huh, rook to e2 is the best move. Interesting. Queen d4 is on the list, though. Queen d4 is on the list. So queen d4. This is the threat. He plays rook f6. Yeah, I just didn't see this. I literally just didn't see the queen. But if I played g5, this is what I was mentioning, I'm winning a rook. And he can't move it or he gets checkmated. Like if you move it somewhere, this is game over. If you go here, this is game over. If he takes me, then I'm taking and I still have the same threats. I don't know what this, and then I just take probably, and I don't think black can stop that. Can black stop that? Queen takes, check. And I guess you just take, oh, you just take here. So it was more complicated than I gave the position credit for, but yeah, Stockfish is saying all kinds of crazy stuff, but it's totally winning. It's plus 10. So that's what should have happened. And then after I lost the rook, obviously that was not good. Now it's just equal. Yeah, now it's just equal. Oh, eval bar. Sorry, guys. Eval bar. Yes. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I think I have, hold on a second. I think I have another. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I'll just slide it over. I can't find what I'm looking for. Oh, I'll just have to adjust this probably. Okay, there we go. Is that cool? What's my favorite opening? I actually have been having a lot of fun with the why can't I make moves? I've been having a lot of fun with the bishop's opening, bishop c4. This is one of my courses and one of the lines from my courses, my 7 stunning opening course. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. And the point is not to go for checkmate. That's not what we're doing. We're just putting the bishop on the aggressive diagonal. Usually we'll play d4, go into this gambit, or here we play knight c3, and there's a bunch of tricky lines here as well. But I've had a lot of fun with this one lately. So right now that's probably my favorite. Okay, I'm going to check some games. Mike, let me just read some comments actually. Mike says, I'm new to chess. I'm trying to find a decent opening for black. Any ideas? Currently using the London as white. 700. So, just real quick. You're going to really need probably 2 openings. One against e4 and one against d4. Unless you're going to play some sort of passive setup that you can play against any of them. Like, for example, if you wanted to go for the Pierts and then go into like a King's Indian setup, you could play that against e4 and d4. Otherwise, you're going to really need 2 openings. So one against e4 and one against d4. Against e4, you have a couple of options. Like, you could just push the pawn out there and then defend it with your knight, and you're going to get a lot of positions like this. If you want to learn an interesting opening, you can try the Scandinavian. I don't know if it's necessarily beginner friendly, but if you learn the ideas behind it, you'll surprise a lot of players at the 700 level. I personally like the knight f6 line. So we don't really want our queen getting chased around. So rather than taking with the queen, you can play knight f6. And the idea is you're going to take it back with the knight. And like something like this, you just simply take it. And now it's okay that your queen is sitting there because there's no knight to chase it away. And white has to be careful, actually. So that's maybe check into that one. And against c4, you're going to want to look at the Icelandic gambit, where you give up this pawn. And the point is you can now develop your pieces really quickly and castle either way, really, once you move your queen. And you get a lot of compensation for the pawn. So I would try that if I was you. And against d4, you've got knight f6 type of lines. personally, I used to like playing the Nimzo Indian. So it's like this, and you bring your bishop out, and you castle, and you might play d5, you might fiend kettle this bishop. So check out the Nimzo Indian maybe for black. And yeah, the Scandinavian, I don't know, just some recommendations. Of course, you can play anything, but okay. All right, I'm gonna check my emails or my messages now. I'm going to check these. 1 second. So I think who had asked me? I said I was going to analyze Luis. Is Luis still here? Was it Luis's game? Where's Luis at? There he is. All right. Luis, let me check yours. All right, we have a game here. Okay, so Luis is white. And, oh, you can't see his full name and rating there. Let me switch this over. All right, there we go. Okay. So knight f3, bishop c4, d5. Yep, just take it. Okay, great. 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 Bishop e3 is fine. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Everything so far has been awesome. Rook to f1. So, yes, it's a half open file. And yes, that's a good place for it. I'm not going to play rook f1 here, though. I'm going to either... Engine does like that move, by the way. But from a human standpoint, I'm either going to castle and then bring this rook over. Because if I'm going to do this, I'm probably going to attack on the king side. And I want to be able to use both rooks. So I want this one here and then this one either on the h file or on the g file. Or I'm going to castle. If I just want to put one rook, I'm going to castle and then use this rook somewhere else. But generally speaking, you want your king to be castled and not stuck in between your rooks. So by playing this, you're kind of committing now that you're going to castle queenside, which is fine. And if that's what you were thinking, that's fine. And if you wanted to use the rook here, that's okay. But if it's me, I'm probably going to just castle queenside and use the other rook. Just like I said, I want to have more rooks to attack the king. But I mean, I guess you could say that's a matter of personal preference. So knight there, you play d4. Okay, that's okay. Usually, if I'm going to be pushing pawns in the center where my king is, I'm going to castle first. Because even though there's a lot of pawns in between this queen and your king, you play a move like d4, and all of a sudden, things start happening on your king. And so if it's me, I'm going to castle first, and then I'm going to play d4. I don't want to take any chances, if that makes sense. c5. Wow, okay. c3. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, what does the engine say? Does it say d5? Yeah, d5 is the best move. The reason d5 is such a good move is because you are getting a permanent long-term threat. This is a protected passed pawn. It's a passed pawn because none of black's pawns can stop it. So if you imagine if you trade everything and go into an endgame, this pawn is just going to sit here and be a threat the whole game. And black's going to either have to use a rook to just sit in front of it or the king to just sit in front of it. And they can't ever use that piece. And it's defended. They can't take it either. It's like literally that pawn is just going to be annoying all game long. Now, it does block your bishop, but you can figure out ways around that. You can maneuver the bishop, down this way or around eventually. And that pass pawn is just going to be so strong. So I think you got to just, when your opponent gives you opportunities like that, I think you want to take it. All right, but c3 is not a bad move. I mean, you're just defending, so I get it. Yeah, see, what I don't like about this now is where does your king go? Do you castle here and potentially walk into an attack? I mean, you might have to, or you stay here and you have to be really careful. You know, your center is great. You just don't want your king to be behind it. Like, I would much rather if your king was over here on g1. Like, if you would have castled earlier, that's going to be so much better for you. Okay, e5, that's good. Castle, that's good. Now you can get your king to safety. Okay. Good move. You just missed a little tactic here, so just pay attention to, you know, when you're attacking stuff. Pay attention when you have those opportunities to just take it. Again, we've got a nice, you know, little, you get the pawn, you get the rook, just win some material very easily. You're making good moves, though. You're just missing these little, you know, tactics. Yeah, I mean, it's again, it's a good move, but you're kind of attacking stuff that you already have it in the bag, right? Like, you just do it and take the rook. You don't need any more pieces. You already have like plenty. So just try to take advantage of those threats as soon as they pop up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh, nice. Okay, so this was a show-off game. All right, well played. Nice ending. All right. How did I get so good at chess? Just lots of practice and some natural ability, I guess. I started playing in tournaments when I was 9 and just kind of kept studying and learning. All right, what am I doing? Somebody else sent a game. Okay. Everyone is happy with this. Yes. I mean, yes, it's a nice checkmate. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's a nice checkmate. And it's a clever way how he did this smothered checkmate because the bishop is helping. That's pretty rare. So yeah, nice game. Okay. GG Ducky. GG Ducky. All right, let's see this one. GG Ducky is black. Okay. I'm going to take this off, the feedback. Okay. Okay, good. You took the knight. E5. Yeah, so big problem that I'm seeing already, Ducky, is you're only making pawn moves. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your 5th pawn move in 5 moves of the game. And this is a mistake that a lot of beginners make. They just, I don't know if it's because people are like afraid of these big pieces or they don't know what to do with them exactly, but you see it very often where players are just like, oh, I'll just move a pawn, right? Really, in an ideal world, you want to try to probably only make 2 pawn moves. And then you want to get your pieces out as fast as you can, because these pieces do so much more than your pawns. And as soon as you can start using them, the better, right? So just keep that in mind. Like, try to use your pieces more than your pawns. It's good to make like 1 or 2 pawn moves, you know, in the start. Like here, you know, maybe the Caro-Kann, you play d5 just to get a pawn out in the center. And then you want to start focusing on these guys, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, you have to be careful, like, that you're not using them like this guy is, where you just bring them forward and then let them get captured. But if you're paying attention to them, they're going to be, you know, better than the pawns. There we go. Good. So you got a piece out. Great. Awesome. You got another one out. Good. I would just like to see that happen a little bit sooner, but you're on the right track. You don't know where to put them? Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're doing exactly right. The knights almost always want to go to these squares when you can. If not, next best for the knights is going to be here and here. Bishops, it kind of depends. Like all four are good, just depending on what you want to attack. So in this game, I probably would have put it here because generally you want your bishops to have like squares to go on so that they can attack things and take stuff, right? Right now it's just kind of stuck behind your pawn, so it's not like the greatest. Probably would have liked to see that one right here. Gives you more options, right? So you want to kind of ask yourself the question, which square gives my pieces the most options, and put it there. But good, great, you castled, that's awesome. Okay, so that's, you know, not bad, but like I said, second best would have been to go here with your knight. Keep it towards the center. It defends things, defends your knight. You know, you give yourself more options, right? Like if you ask, how many squares can this knight go to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After you move it over here, how many squares can it go to? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can just see, like, it just doesn't do as much. You only have 4 options, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, so great. I mean, you're doing a good job of like taking the pieces. If your opponent puts a piece there, you take it. That's awesome. Perfect. Take the pieces. Yep. Okay, you push forward and attack the queen. So here's a question for you and everybody who's in this rating range and watching. How could we attack the queen but also develop one of our pieces? Bishop g4 might be a nice move, right? So if you can develop a piece and attack something at the same time, probably a good idea. You have to be a little careful because that bishop is doing a job over here defending the knight. But still, I would much rather do this. Once the queen moves, then I'll move my knight somewhere, probably here, and go on with the game, right? But e4, still, it's a pretty good move. I really like that move. You're bringing a piece that wasn't doing anything into the game, and you're lining up on some pieces. That's great. Keep doing that. Okay, queen c7, you're attacking something. Not a bad move at all. There's almost an idea here, which maybe is a little bit advanced for this game, but there's something called the Greek gift sacrifice, and it's where you give up a bishop on h2 with the idea that after the king takes you, you follow it up with a knight check, and then you follow it up with a queen, and you go for checkmate. That's the idea. And so it almost works here. It doesn't look like it's quite working because white's queen can swing over and help defend. And so I don't think it's necessarily the best thing, but it's one of those things you want to keep in the back of your mind because a lot of people will miss this idea, and it can just lead to like a quick checkmate if you're, you know, paying attention. So did I even see your question? Probably not, Michael. Probably not. Slow mode? Yeah, slow mode is on. Guys, if I'm like looking at the game and analyzing the game, I'm not reading the chat. I'm just letting you know I'm not that multi-talented. So sorry. I'll have to catch up later if I can, or just ask it again when I'm done with the game. So bishop g5. All right, you took the pawn. That's great. You attacked it. I mean, you're playing really well, I gotta say, Ducky. You took the bishop. You took the bishop. Great. It's with check. You took the queen. Awesome. Is this another one of those games that had like a nice finish? I'm sensing like a nice checkmate coming here. Hey, there you go. Okay, cool. Good game. I mean, you crushed him, so good job. Hopefully you still got some ideas though from what I was saying. But yeah. Does anybody have a game that they lost? I want to analyze a game that somebody lost that they're trying to learn from. I mean, I like these checkmates, don't get me wrong, but I want to like help somebody who's like struggling and wants to like learn something from their mistakes. That's what I'm kind of going for. All right, let me read some chat, guys. Okay. Music channel with 5K subs, but you really want to upload chess content? Is it a realistic possibility? I mean, yeah, do whatever you want. You can make a new channel if you want and like advertise your new channel on your other channel and say, hey, anybody who plays chess, go check it out. Okay. Wow, there's like lots of questions. All right. How can I stop blundering? Do you have any tips? I have a video on that. It's like what is it called? Four steps to blunder less. You can check that one out. How long will it take to go from 15 to 1600? I mean, that's like, depends on who you are, you know? Some people will go quickly, and a lot of people, it will take a while. It kind of depends on where you get stuck. Like, I remember for me, I think I blew past 15 to 1600, and then when I hit 1700, I got stuck for a while. And then I kind of blew past 1800, and when I hit 1900, I kind of got stuck for a while. Then I, you know, kind of go in waves is what it seemed like for me. And everybody sort of gets stuck at different spots along the way. So it's hard to say, like, you know, how long. Also depends on, like, how much time are you spending? Like, are you spending a lot of time training and practicing, or are you just spending a little bit of time, you know? Do I listen to music when I play? Occasionally, yes. We've had some music on the stream, but most people seemed to prefer without when it was like instructive content. Okay. You can send me an email if you have something important that you need to talk to me about. You can send me a link to your game on chess.com as a message, although I'm not going to analyze every game. Kai, yeah, you can message it on chess.com. I'll probably just randomly pick one. You can always super chat. That'll get you to the top of the list. Okay. I'm gonna go pick a game now. I think we've answered most of the questions. Let's just pick one at random. Which one do I want to analyze? Maybe this one. Let's see. Let me see. No, let's not do that one. All right, I think I'm gonna pick this one here. Let me see. Kyle, yeah, this looks like a fun one. All right, we're gonna do Kyle's game. TK, thanks, man. Did you have a game that you wanted done? I gotta do TK's game now. Well, let's check out Kyle's real fast, and then if TK has a request, we'll do whatever TK wants. Thank you. So this is Kyle, and I want to turn off these feedback things. Okay. So we get an Italian game. Okay. Castles, knight to d5. Okay. Ooh. h6. Yeah, it's going to get pretty crazy, but it should be good for black. It should be good for black. Oh, you took that. So I think here, yeah, it's, I mean, you're getting a bishop. Oh, the queen's defending. Yeah, actually, I was going to say king h8 probably was the best move, but why isn't king 8? Why is, hold on. Engine is saying king h8 is the best move. Very weird why that's the case. I'm trying to understand myself. I don't actually know. Let's keep going. I don't know. G6. Okay, you needed to take this guy and you're fine. Or even better, you take on G2. Yeah, this is a crazy position. I'm not sure what the idea was behind G6. Maybe you just didn't realize that the queen could take it. You thought it was going to force the queen away. Now it's, I guess it's anybody's game. Oof. Looks very scary. Oh, he doesn't see the queen. Okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, this is a 10-minute game. My advice here would be just slow down. Just slow down. Like, you got a lot of time in this game, and this is a super complicated position. Yeah, you spent 1 second on that. You spent a little bit of time there, but I would spend more time. Spend more time, look at more options, and maybe you would have found this move. It's my advice. Or this move. That's a hard move to find, though. Queen takes g2. But queen takes f7 you can definitely find. All right, let's keep going after the queen trade. What happened here? So yeah, you're definitely a little bit better. But it's not an easy game with the 2 pieces for the rook and 2 pawns. Okay, nice fork. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, same advice. Just slow down. Just slow down. So 2 bishops against a rook and a pawn. Yeah, definitely better for the bishops. White's not activating their rook, so it's really easy for you. If they were using their rook and trying to like push this down, it could be tricky, but yeah, this should be fine. I guess there's some cool checkmate. I'm just waiting for it. Okay, so yeah, you won. All right, cool. TK. I guess TK just was being nice to me. Doesn't look like TK has a game request. So a tip against the Scandinavian defense. I have a couple videos on the channel. You can search for that. You can search for Scandinavian and it'll probably pull them up. There's a couple of traps that you can check out. So I would say go watch those videos. And yeah. Email is listed on the channel. You just go to the about section and it's there. What's your opinion on the Smith-Morra Gambit? I don't have a lot of experience with that, honestly. Generally speaking, I pretty much like all gambits, so I'd probably like it if I actually played it. I just always played Bishop B5 Sicilian, and so I never really played that gambit. But yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. Like other gambits, you know, you lose the pawn, but you get some compensation in other ways, and if that's the kind of game you like, by all means, go for it. Okay. When should I stop calculating a position? Well, ideally you stop when, you know, you found the best move, but if you're running out of time, time management is a whole nother question, you know, a whole nother topic. You gotta like, if it's like a speed game, you have to just limit yourself. I'm not going to think more than a certain amount of time, and then you just make a move, whatever you think the best move is. But usually you try to keep thinking until you find the best move, is ideally what you want to do. All right, I'm going to go pick another random game. All right, Andrew, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Luis, how many moves did... Yeah, so, Luis, your question is... It's not one that I can answer because every move... I mean, every game, sorry, is different. Like, you have games where there's like a checkmate in one move. Like, you just got to calculate one move, you got to see it, and you do it. You have other games where you might calculate 5 or 10 moves deep, and you still haven't figured it out, you know? And so then it becomes a question of like, what kind of abilities do you have? Like, how deep can you actually calculate is another thing. And so there's not like a one, you know, size fits all answer. It's just, it's not that easy of a question to answer. Okay. Anybody have a game that they lost? I want to do a game that you guys lost, ideally. Where did my other tab go? There it is. Taco Cat. There we go. Taco Cat. Did you send me yours? I don't see a Taco Cat. Oh, there it is. Taco Cat. Oh, it's on Lichess. Trying to stay on chess.com right now only because my OBS studio screen, what am I trying to say? My screen organization things got all messed up. So right now, if I go to Lichess, I'm gonna have to resize everything. So who else on chess.com? Sorry, Taco Cat. John. John Round? Okay, let's do John's. Let's do John's game. He says he needs to learn. All right, John, let's see if we can learn. Let's learn. All right, John is 674. He was black. And, all right, John, what do we got? You played D5? Oh, okay. John, you're playing an aggressive gambit, which is fine if you've studied this and you know what you're doing. If you didn't know that this is a gambit, then you want to be careful just throwing pawns out there like that. So if you do, as long as you've studied this and you know this is the Albin counter gambit and you're good, then great. Keep doing what you're doing. Otherwise, you know, maybe just take it. I'll just give you a quick little Queen's Gambit accepted. You can take this. You can bring your knight out. Usually white can do a lot of things. Let's say they play e3. You can bring your knight out. You can put this pawn on e6. This is just a setup that I like to use. You can play b5, put your bishop over here, your knight here, your bishop here, and castle. This is like a pretty standard setup. You can do it against most people. You can play c5, bring your queen somewhere, your rook's over, and it's pretty easy to play. So that might be something that you can look into if you need an opening against the Queen's Gambit. If you're happy with what you're doing, then that's fine. Okay, so let's keep going. Knight to f3, you played e4. All right, that's fine. You took that. I'm going to show you something cool here. This is a move that I like to play that it's really annoying for your opponents. You can play the move e3, and it's a pawn sacrifice. Okay, you're giving away that pawn for free. They're probably going to take you. If they don't take you and they move the knight, then you simply take here, right? And this is good for you because you get their king to come out. That's not what white wants to do. So they're probably going to take you for sure. The reason this is so annoying for white, you're going to play knight to f6. And white would like to develop this bishop and this bishop. And they're both stuck by these two pawns. And it's not an easy solution for white to figure out. Now, of course, they could play e4 and just give you your pawn right back right away, and then you just take it and the game goes on. But most people aren't going to do that. They're probably going to play something like knight c3, and you can bring out another piece. I don't know, let's just say here, they're probably going to play knight f3, and you can just kind of keep developing. Let's just say knight c6. But notice how both of white's bishops are stuck. And all you had to do was give up one pawn. And it's really difficult, especially at your level. Players are going to have no idea what to do to get these bishops out. And so keep that in the back of your mind. I have so much fun playing this move in this type of position. But let's keep going. You took here. I would honestly, I feel like just developing or defending is maybe better here, because by giving this up, you also give up control of the e4 pawn, which is kind of like an annoying pawn for white. And by taking, it becomes real easy for white now to kind of clean up the pawns because they're just all weak and undefended. So I would probably play c6 or knight to f6 just to kind of defend some of those pawns and continue developing. But let's keep going. Bishop to b4 check. It's not a bad move. Queen takes e4. That's good. Okay, so you traded that and you went back to d7. Okay. This was good. You took a pawn. That was great. I don't know why you traded here. I don't really like that because you kind of have white jammed up right now. Like the knight can't move, which means the bishop is stuck. And whenever you have your opponent's pieces sort of stuck and like in a bind, you don't want to like help them out. You don't want to like, sorry if that sounded weird. You don't want to like help them out and like fix their problems for them. And so I feel like that's kind of what you did here by taking this. Like white could have just taken with the bishop. And now you got to worry about bishop c3 coming, and the rook is coming over now, and all of white's pieces are getting into the game, and you're going to have to start defending against all that. Whereas if you just move your queen here, like let's just say you, I don't know, went back here, white has to figure out how to get their pieces untangled, basically. So keep that in mind. Like try not to help your opponent untangle their pieces by trading if you don't have to, right? Okay, here. Queen to d7. You kind of, what I was just saying about like white, their pieces were stuck. It's kind of what you did here on d7. Now your bishop is stuck. Your knight can't go there. And so I don't like this square for your queen because of that reason. Also, this pawn is, under attack. So queen e5 looks like a nice square, or queen d5. Probably queen e5 is what I would play in a game. Because I don't want to block my bishop. I don't want to take away any squares from my knights where I want them to go. And I want to keep it, where it's defending my pawn. So I think I would have played queen to e5. Hopefully that made sense. All right, let's keep going. Bishop to e2. Knight to f6 is a good move. Castling, great. Knight to c6 is great. Yeah, and see, now we can kind of see the problem. You would probably like to develop this bishop, but you can't because of that queen d7 move, right? And so it's just going to slow you down is what it's going to do. And that might not seem like much, but you'll be amazed at how these little things like slowing you down one move can like totally change the game especially as you get higher and higher rated. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, there's a tactic here where you can get away with taking this, and even though your queen is under attack, you could take his queen. So for this, just work on your tactics. That's not a super easy one to see, so I understand why you moved the queen away. Oh, and now you did see it, though. You did take it. Okay, cool. Gets pretty crazy. You took the bishop. Great. Yeah, you did. You navigated that very well. Knight comes in. Okay. Yeah, you're totally winning. I would probably just move my bishop out. Yes, you're going to lose a pawn, but I don't care. It's more important that you use all of your big pieces. And so I'm not going to wait another move to get my rooks into the game. I'm going to bring this guy out somewhere. Bishop to e6, bishop to g4, and then I'm going to use my rooks, and the game goes on. That's just me. But knight d5 is not a bad move. Yeah, again, same thing. I'm going to be moving this bishop somewhere. e6 looks like a nice square because it's defended. I don't have to worry about it. It also defends my knight. That makes me feel like everything is good. You always want to get your development completed before you make too many pawn moves. And so, yeah, definitely just keep that in mind. That's going to help you a lot. Okay. We move over here. We lost he didn't see it. He could have taken you here. And again, if my bishop was on e6, like I was saying, then you wouldn't have had to even worry about that. The knight would have been defended. He didn't see it. Now you go bishop e7, which is fine. Attack the queen. Okay. So you're doing great. Queen trade would be fine because you're ahead. The only thing that you're not doing, John, is you're not using your rooks. And these are powerful pieces, especially when you get to the end of the game like this, where there are open files, you have to use your rooks. You have to. And if you don't, you're going to get into trouble. I don't know how this game ends, but if white keeps attacking with the rooks and you don't, something bad is going to happen. Yeah, I can already see like something is going to happen with these rooks. And there we go. We have a mistake. I don't know if you just didn't know what to do or you were afraid it was going to... Oh, you're getting low on time. I see you're getting low on time. Yeah. I mean, part of the reason that this is happening is because your rooks are not involved. And so if you had rooks involved here, white wouldn't be able to do this quite like this. Here, you just lost the bishop. Now you're still slightly ahead, but it's very minimal at this point. Okay, you are pushing your pawns, which is good. You just got to pay. Yeah, this is time pressure, so I don't want to spend too much time here. This is time pressure stuff. You're just trying not to lose on time, so I get it. You flagged, yeah. Okay. So yeah, overall, really nice game. Really nice game. The big takeaway for you, John, is going all the way back to here. Okay. Remember, the early phase of the game, usually the person who develops and castles the fastest, I don't want to say wins the game, but gets into the better position. Okay. So by going queen to d7, that probably just looks like oh, it's not a big deal, but it's actually a really big deal because you are stopping this bishop, which you are guaranteeing that it's going to take you 2 moves to develop a bishop when it should only take you 1 move, right? So that was like where things started to go wrong. And then this moment right here, again, finish your development. You have an opportunity to finish your development before your opponent does, and you didn't do it. You moved the knight instead. Get that bishop out. We don't care about a pawn at this point. You got to get your pieces out, and you would have been just fine. Okay. Again, b5. You got to get those pieces out as fast as possible. Now this one, it's debatable. You were trying to go for this diagonal, I think, which is an okay idea, but still, I think just getting it out right away, you're gonna have more success with that. And then here, okay, right here, another moment, you move the knight, right? You move this knight again and again. And look at these rooks not doing anything. And you've got 3 really nice options for these rooks. Rook c8, rook d8, rook e8, rook d8. All of these would be good moves, okay? And if you would have done that, I'm like 90% sure you would have won this game because you would have had so many threats. Your rooks would have been just like threatening all kinds of stuff that white would have had to be, careful of. They would have had to continue to watch out for this checkmate threat over here. At the same time, they have to watch out for your rooks coming in and adding more pressure. And white wasn't going to be able to do it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, and that helps you some there. Okay. Yep, no problem, John. You got it. Sir Swagger, thank you. All right, let's see. Maybe I'll do like 2 more games. Do like 2 more. And guys, like, there's a whole bunch in my inbox. I'm not gonna do them all. I apologize if yours is not getting chosen. I just cannot do them all. All right. Let me see this one. Okay, we'll do this one. This should be fine. All right, let's go here. Idiotic goal. Oh no, that's not what that says. Idiotical? Idiotical, I guess. Sorry. I can't read. Okay. All right, so you were white. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so you took it. Oh, this line, yeah. So, okay, this is exactly what I play against this bishop g4 line. This is exactly what I play. You attack the queen, and if they take you, you just take back with the knight. Great. Yeah, I think this is a great way to start the game. So I really like what you did. You already have a lead in development, so everything looks good. Perfect. You castled. Okay. D5, it's not terrible. I would prefer a move like rook e1 or bring your bishop out, right? Focus on the fundamentals. Focus on completing your development and getting the rooks to the open or half open files. D5, I mean, yes, you're attacking the queen, but it's just going to move, right? And did that really help you? I don't know. Okay, bishop f4, fantastic move. Taking advantage of the fact that they went to a not great square and you can develop and gain a tempo. Awesome. Yeah, I like that. I like it. You're being aggressive. You're making a threat. Now, it's important. You finished your development, and now you're making the threat. which is great. That's the correct order. You could also consider a move like rook e1, but yeah, knight b5 is fine. Okay, he's going for checkmate, but you have it defended, so you went for that. You took the rook. Awesome. g5, you took, I mean, great. You're playing like an engine until that move. En passant, don't forget about it. I don't know if you are not familiar or you just didn't see it, but en passant would have been a great move here. Opening up the queen, and black is getting mated very soon. So you took it, which loses the bishop. You're still way ahead. Knight to g3. All right, that's fine. Rook to e1. Good move. Getting the rook involved. Good move. Okay, you pushed your pawn. Seems fine. It kind of shuts down black's bishop, so I don't mind that move at all. Okay, you defended it. That's great. Queen to d4 looks great. You did lose the knight, so yeah, I guess really you should have saved the knight, like knight to c7. But I like, overall, I like the idea of bringing the queen in. Okay, I don't know what that's about. Maybe you thought you could win the knight afterwards, but it doesn't quite work because the bishop's going to defend or the queen's going to defend. So got to be careful with that. I would say, let me see, how long did you spend on this move? Yeah, okay. Maybe just double check your tactics like that. Like before you're going to sacrifice a piece, maybe just double check to make sure that it actually works, right? I think if you just play a move like bringing your rook over, or even like going for the king with your knight or pushing your pawn, you'd be in better shape. Okay, so we get a bunch of trade. You're still winning, but the advantage is slipping away. Okay. You played queen to d3 check. Whenever you're in a position like this, so, okay, how do I say this? You always want to be thinking about which pieces are your worst pieces and how can you make them your best pieces. And as the game goes on, that becomes even more important because you only have so many pieces. Like you only have a queen and a rook and some pawns. Your queen is already amazing. Look at your queen. It's attacking this, it's attacking this, it's attacking this. It's got all kinds of options like where it can go and what it can threaten. Your rook is like terrible. It's just sitting over here defending a pawn and defending your back rank. That's literally it. It's doing two things. If you play the move rook to d1 check, all of a sudden, now you have two pieces that are like amazing. Look at this queen, look at your rook, and the rook can help the queen. And so black is in huge trouble. And so you want to ask yourself, okay, which piece is not doing anything? And how can I make it a better piece, right? And if you ask yourself the question, you would say, no, my queen's doing great. And so instead of queen to d3, you would play rook to d1. That's what I would say. And instead we get a trade, which, okay, you're ahead some pawns, but this is not going to be an easy endgame to win. And it's because your rook is terrible over here. And black's rook is actually going to come down and start being really annoying. And the other thing I'll mention, when you have an attack on somebody's king, you don't want to trade queens. You do not want to trade queens. You want to leave the queens on the board so that you can checkmate their king. So like, for example, let's just say this person decided to retreat and run back to c7. Game is over. The rook comes down, and that's checkmate. Like, it's literally that easy, right? Now, of course, they can play a better move. Maybe they run over here, and I think the game goes on. But still, we're taking here with check. We're probably going to take this. Depending on where they go, they could still get checkmated. Like, if they go here, that rook e1, and I mean, it looks really bad. So that's what you want to keep in mind. All right, let's go back to the game. We get the trade. And yes, if black was smart, would have played rook to e2. And you've got some serious problems now. The rook's going to start eating up all the pawns. Rook on the 7th is really strong. So if you can get your rook on the 7th at the end of the game and attack all those pawns, or if your opponent can do that, that's what you want to keep in mind. Black didn't know that, so it gave you a chance to defend, and now you're back in the driver's seat. Okay, finally the rook makes it over. Okay, so we have a winning king and pawn endgame. So let's see if you won this. Okay. Ooh, all right. So right here, this is totally winning. And the reason that it's totally winning is because of this pawn right here is a decoy. Black's king cannot leave this pawn for any, length of time, or you just push it and get a queen. That's why this should be an easy win for you, if you know what to do. So what would I do here? Trading was fine. Pushing here, yeah, I mean, that's fine because you lure the king away. Okay, fine. But here at this point, you need to use your king. So whenever you're in endgames like this and you have an extra pawn, you have 2 pawns, so it's even easier. But even if you only had 1, the way that you win this is by using your king to help the pawn. And then at the right moment, you can abandon it and go and collect black's pawns, right? So for example, if you were to play the move king to e3 here, what is black going to do? Maybe they push this pawn, and then you can, I don't know, let's say you go here. Well, let's just say actually we give that pawn up, just for the sake of example. You totally give that pawn up and we have this position. How do we win? Well, you push this, and you use your king to help it. And you use your king to help it, and you keep pushing it. And remember, if black ever decides to leave or run away, you just go and get a queen. So they have to just keep doing this, and you just keep pushing it. And eventually, like maybe this might be a good time, you can abandon it and go take another pawn. So something like this. And now it seems like a good moment. I would abandon and take this, right? And then again, I could do the same thing. I could push this or whatever. So you want to use that pawn as a decoy, if that makes sense. That's the easy way to win those positions. So if we go back to the game, instead, you push the pawns by themselves. And your opponent was able to just walk over and take it. And walk over and take it, right? You didn't have your king helping. And now it's just a draw, or it should just be a draw. Okay, yeah, you waited too late to get your king involved. You have to do that when you have the pawns earlier. And yeah, now you're going to lose. Yeah, I see. Okay. Yep. So use your king. That's one of the core principles at the end of the game. The active king in the end game wins. Okay, so just remember that. Active king wins. Like here, you did a good job, king to f1. You did a good job trading. You used it right there, and then you stop using your king. So don't stop using it. Just keep using it, and you'll be fine. All right. Yes, TK. That was a good one. Okay, let's do one last game, guys. One last game. Does anybody have like another one that they lost that they feel like would have some good learning opportunities? So I'm looking for a game on chess.com that you lost, that you have some, maybe you have some like specific questions, a moment in the game where you didn't know how to do something. Taka says, not my games, all I do is win. Okay, Taka. Oh. Dodical, thank you. Appreciate it. Yours would be a good opportunity, but you won. Okay, Big L sent one that he lost. Cameron, high level game. Okay, we're probably most of the audience is lower rated, so we'll probably focus on a lower rated one if possible. Appreciate you sending it though. All right, let me see. Let me check. I'll tell us. Let me check. All right, let's do this one. This one looks pretty good. Okay, so black. Let's flip the board. Hey, thanks, TK. Appreciate that. Okay, so LTELUS01. Big L. All right, this will be the last one, guys. Sorry if you didn't get yours looked at. I can't do them all. So, all right, C6. Okay, I'm not going to complain about that move. I don't like this because how are you going to develop your bishop? It's going to be really difficult. And so sticking with the theme, right, that I've said multiple times already, like the person who develops all their pieces the fastest probably is going to have an advantage. It's probably not going to be you if you're going to go back in front of your pawn like this. Now, maybe your intention was to play g6 or something like h6 and g5 and go this way. And if that's the case, then this is acceptable. So there could be some merit to that. But generally speaking, I'm going to probably just play bishop g6. Yes, they can trade. That's okay. Then the rook is activated. And then I'm going to play knight f6, e6, get my bishop out, get my knight out, and the game goes on. So maybe, you know, there's some ideas here. But generally speaking, it's a weird square for the bishop. The other side of that coin is even if you do this and put the bishop here, it's going to be hard to break in the center with e5 because your bishop is blocking it. And a lot of times that's what you want your e-pawn to do. Push forward and attack the center as opposed to just kind of sitting back here. So don't love that move. Okay, f6. Yeah, that's another way you can do it. It's just kind of slow. And ooh, you got to be really careful. Be really careful. This is how the fool's maid happens. Now, obviously, this is not the same position. The queen can't even go there right now. And you have your bishop, so it's fine. But you're going to have long-term weaknesses here, like the rest of the game. If that bishop, for whatever reason, gets traded for this bishop, you're going to have some problems. So you want to be careful. Now, you do get the trade-off that you're gaining some space and some tempos. It's kind of a weird opening already, but just be careful is what I'm saying. A lot of people watching this channel need to know to be careful playing moves like this. Okay. Knight to d7 is a good move. Developing queen to c7. It's pretty good. You're setting up, giving yourself the option to castle. I like that. And you do. Okay. The only thing I would say here is you can delay this. I mean, you're set up. You can castle at any moment. You could delay it and do some other stuff. Try to get some of these other pieces out. Maybe bishop f7, move this pawn up, get the knight and the bishop out. You always have that option. The only reason that I say that is now that you have castled, if white wants to, they can start attacking you. Like immediately. b4, a4, b5. And you're going to have to deal with that, which is fine. But, you know, maybe if you don't like getting attacked on the queen side, you might just delay castling by a move or two, and you don't have to worry about it. Just something to think about. Queen to a4, I don't know. Oh, that looks like that's kind of what white is doing. Yeah. Yep, you're going to have to defend. Yeah, see, exactly what I was saying. Like, that's why delaying can help you avoid this. And by the way, usually the best thing to do when somebody's attacking you on the side like this is to counterattack in the center, which is not that easy to do because the bishop is here. Like, you'd like to be able to play e5 and take this and somehow like get to white's king. Instead, you're going to have to play the defense game and try to defend over here. Okay, g4. Okay. Yeah, so a6 is okay. Another option would be wait for white to push and then you push by and it kind of locks everything up. A6 is okay as long as white isn't able to play b5. If they are, they're going to be able to open up your king. So you got to be careful with that one. But I think, yeah, I think in this case you can get away with a6. So let's keep going. This is a very weird game. This is like such a weird looking position. Okay, you bring the knight to e4. That's a great decision. I don't know about bringing it back. I guess you didn't want the bishop to take it. All right. This is, yeah. I mean, I don't actually know what's going on in this game. Okay, so he trades for your bishop. I mean, I love that for you because that bishop was like doing nothing. So white should not have done that. I don't think white should have taken that. Remember, bishops are better in open positions. Knights are better in closed positions. Is this an open or a closed position? It's like totally closed. I mean, look at this. Nothing can like move, right? So, yeah, I don't know why white gave up that really nice looking knight for that bishop. But anyway. Okay, good move. I like this. I like this a lot. You're going for the king. I like it. You needed to take it this way. And you want to be thinking when you're in these types of positions and your king is here and your opponent is obviously trying to attack you. You want to be thinking very carefully about which way keeps the pawns closed, keeps the files closed. You don't want, see, when you take this way, you give white the option to come down here and trade this, and if that happens, you watch out. You're going to get checkmated for sure. If you take this way, the pawns are just going to be stuck, right? Nobody's going to be able to do anything, which is exactly what you want for your king. That's exactly what you want. And so the normal rule is you capture towards the center. But in this case, because your king is here, that overrides the normal rule, and you got to make an exception. I don't know if white's going to play a6 in the future, but if they do, that could be a problem for you. Okay, oh, they castle. Wow, interesting. I don't know exactly if I agree with that, but okay. Now they play a6. Weird timing. Okay. I guess, yeah, that nice move. That's a nice little tactic. Taking advantage of the bishops there. That's a good move. Gets pretty crazy, but I think you, for the most part, are playing very well. Yeah, great. And you come out up a piece. Awesome. I don't know why you didn't just take this guy now that the dust has settled. It's a free pawn. I would probably just take it, but you don't take it. Okay, again. Oh, yes. Ouch. Ouch. Yeah, okay. Well, that's why you take the free pawns. That's why you take them. I guess you just forgot about it, which is interesting. But yeah, it happens. Just try to always be scanning the board. Like, can I take that? 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 Yes, I can. Let's take it. But yeah, I mean, good game overall. I think you outplayed them most of the game up until the very end. It's just the lone pawn. All right, good game. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks, Kai. I don't have a schedule right now. Unfortunately, life is crazy. We have 3 kids, 4 and under, and it's just a toss-up if I'm even going to be able to stream, you know, at different times. So I got lucky tonight. Everybody went to sleep without any issues, and so I had some extra time. But yeah, it just kind of depends. See you, Ted. Yeah, Cameron, yeah. Ouch. Ouch. Thanks, fruitcake. Yes, Michael, I'm ending it. Hey, thanks, TK. Appreciate you. Yep, God bless you too. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Taka. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks, DJ. See you guys.